Hey friends and family, so I thought I'd get on and vlog again for vlog number 3. And I've been processing the death of my sister. My twin sister, Kara, passed away on Monday, and tonight is late Friday night. It seems to be the time when I have some quiet, and in a way, I think that vlogging for me is kind of like journaling. Because I'm a verbal person, I can write things out, but sometimes it's easier for me to express it this way in video form and just sort of get it out, just what my thoughts are, what I'm going through, and also just looking for, I think, something to hold on to each day, some kind of truth, some kind of, I don't know, nugget or piece of hope, some kind of hope to help me navigate through one of the biggest losses I've ever had, which is the loss of my twin sister. I was thinking about what it's like to lose someone who's not just a sibling, but who came out of the womb literally with me at the same time, and who has always walked alongside me, even if we've been in different locations, lived in different states, or sometimes even different countries at certain points in our lives. She's always been my twin sister. When I have conversations with people, it's not like I always say that I'm a twin, but it eventually comes up because it's a part of me. You could say, in a way, Kara is a part of me, and I was a part of her. We have the same genes, the same DNA. And the other day I was reading about twins who've lost twins. And I found an organization, guys, believe it or not, that is for twinless twins. And they have all sorts of support for people who are twins who have lost, whose twins have passed away. And the reason being is because there's something very unique about your identity and about your life when you have another person who's born with you like that. And the separation that you experience from something like someone passing away, and the reframing of your identity becomes extremely important. And I've had a lot of ups and downs. Today, just briefly talking to you about my day, wasn't too bad. I actually had a wonderful event at work. I had a student who defended her research proposal for her dissertation. About the halfway point, you write the first 3 chapters of your dissertation, you defend it, and then you go through the ethical approvals and you do your research. And then you do a big defense at the end. So this student was halfway through. She was at the proposal defense of the first 3 chapters. And she was defending basically her research plan. And I've been mentoring her for a year and a half at least. And it was so rewarding today. And when I finished, and the committee, we deliberated. I was chairing her dissertation, so we had deliberations with the other 2 committee members, and they were really excited about her research and what she was doing. And when I finished, it's almost like I could hear Kara, like, in my ear say, "Kelly, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of the work that you're doing to help the younger generations, or even the generations that are not even younger, but just developing academically. You're helping people become who God designed them to be." And it was like I could hear that. I remember a couple of years ago, I taught global health, and I took my sister on a trip with a bunch of students, and some of my former students are on social media with me now and met my sister. And I remember her saying to me, "This is seriously the coolest thing I've ever observed about you." And it's not like I'm trying to sit here and say something spectacular about myself. I'm explaining to you how much my sister believed in me. And she was really proud. She was really proud of me. And the work I was doing, we were doing health education in little Mayan communities and Garifuna communities in southern Belize. And we were having an amazing time teaching about nutrition and hand washing and many other things. And it was an amazing trip. And Kara was like, I feel so privileged to be a part of this. And she took pictures for us. And I could hear her today almost in my ear when I finished doing my work saying, keep doing it, Kelly. Keep pouring out, keep mentoring those who God is raising up and helping them academically to develop and mature into everything the Lord wants them to be. And this is a PhD, so this is very high level work that we're doing, and it's so rewarding. And I can hear her just rooting me on as I'm just doing my work and doing something that I value and helping a student who I care very much about and I'm so proud of. I felt very proud of my student today and the kind of defense that she did of her research plan. It was just so good. It was so good, y'all. And I was really proud of her. So, getting back to the whole thing of twins, I'm used to having Kara root me on. She was so excited about so many of the things that I was doing in life and have done throughout my career as an adult. And she believed in me tremendously and was always telling me I could do it. And I did a master's and a doctorate, and she actually did 2 masters. Kara was a very, very intelligent person. And so anyway, I could hear her saying that today, and it was like a moment of joy and a moment of sadness at the same time when I thought about her afterwards. But it was truly a really wonderful day for me. It's one of my favorite things to do professionally, so that was nice. And then I watched a little show called Hope Valley, which is it's Wind Calls the Heart. The name of the town is Hope Valley. It's Wind Calls the Heart, which is on Hallmark, which is such a cute little show about a town in the 1900s and all the relationships, and it's super sweet. I sat there and I watched, and I just enjoyed the evening and decompressed. But I will tell you, I've been thinking a lot about what it means for me to have my identical twin sister pass away. And, one of the things I was thinking about is that Kara and I, from the beginning, were miracles. We were born with birth defects. Many people know our story, but some people do not. We were born with birth defects and our faces were reconstructed as children. We had many reconstructive surgeries. And I remember one time I was giving it a go, trying to write some thoughts for a memoir, which who knows, maybe I will later. And I likened my sister to a war buddy with all the medical things that we went through together. When we were born, we had various facial malformations, and we started having surgeries at 6 months old and then continued onward until the age of 13 with various surgeries, including a very, very large one where I had an incision across my head, my face, the bones were broken and reconstructed, my eyes were moved closer together, my eyes were straightened, a bridge to my nose was built with bone from my skull. Same thing happened with my sister. We had back-to-back surgeries. And something that was really interesting is that when Kara would watch me, she would cry because she wanted to make sure I was okay. And when I would watch her, I would cry and I would want to make sure that she was okay. And sometimes it helped to get in the same hospital bed. And it was comforting. And sometimes the hospital complained about it, but when you're little tiny little girls, does it really matter? And so my mom and dad would put us in the same bed occasionally, and we would feel the other twin there, and it would be comforting. if you think about it, even in the womb, you have these two babies who are, I think in the research I've even read, often can interact with one another. How that is, I don't exactly know. And now I'm curious to read the research on twins in the womb because of just the thoughts going through my head, and the support resource that I found that's talking about twin research. It's really interesting. But my sister and I had our own baby language. We were very, very, very close. When I looked at her, I knew what she was thinking. When she looked at me, she knew what I was thinking. But we went through a lot of very difficult trials together, and we helped each other. We were always there as like another person who was like a built-in support system. If I needed a friend and I was feeling lonely, I always had my twin sister, And so when I was going through things, she was there. And so it's just a unique experience. That's all I could say. And if you have extra things going on in your life, if you have challenges going on in your life, if you have, in our case, significant medical events happening in your life and you're walking through it together, it develops an even deeper bond. So I guess I would say that, the bond that I have with her, not only do we share the same genes, but we went through very, very hard stuff together. And she was like the one who helped me get through it. Yes, my parents were there, and yes, people were there, and definitely God was there through those years of surgery. But what a comfort it was to have a twin sister to walk through that stuff with. I don't even know what it would be like as a singleton, like just that one individual. I mean, I met tons of children who had surgeries, and it was hard. It was hard socially, it was hard medically, it was hard in every way. And there was something very special about having her at my side. But I don't want to make this vlog too long. I guess I'm just sort of getting out the idea that there's a lot of aspects to being her twin sister that I'm thinking about right now, and I really value it. And even though she has passed away and she's now with Jesus, I think some of the takeaways for me now are that God is placing other people in my life who are also war buddies, if you will, also people who will stand by my side. Obviously, I have the most incredible husband I've been married to for 23 years. Marcus is just so kind and loving, and we ourselves have been through a lot. So I have him, and I have my mother-in-law, Connie, who is just a godsend to me. And then I have my family, and I have people that I know who are encouragements to me. And so, at different points in my life, I've had different people, but I can see it doesn't replace the twin relationship, but I can see how the Lord has placed various individuals in my life to be a support system for me when I don't have a twin support system anymore. So anyways, I guess I'll kind of wrap it up with that and just say that I'm grateful that she was my buddy and that she was my friend, and that we shared DNA together, that we were in the womb together, that we fought for God's testimony for our lives, I guess, if you want to say it that way, that we stood up and believed God to heal our bodies, to empower us to become everything He designed us to be. A scripture that both Kara and I loved was Jeremiah 1:5. It's one that I quote all the time, which is when God's talking to the prophet Jeremiah and calling him, and he says, "Before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." And of course, we both also love Psalm 139, where David is talking and he says, "I praise you, Lord, because I am fearfully and wonderfully made." And those are scriptures that we had some favorites that we both shared based on our life journey. And so I guess I'll just leave it there today and just say I had a better day. I can feel my sister encouraging me in a weird sort of way. Like it's like I have the memories of her belief in me to keep going and to become everything that God's called me to be, and to be a conduit of his love for other people. And I'm just appreciating what it's been to be a twin. Now that I'm a twin, but with a twin in heaven. So, y'all pray for me, pray for my family, keep praying. This is so, so, so hard. I can't even put it into words, and I haven't really talked on the phone hardly at all. I just don't have the emotional energy. It's like I'm doing the things that I need to do, and then I'm just kind of being quiet, or I'm taking a stroll on a trail, or I'm listening to worship music, which I do a ton of. I just love to just fix my eyes on the Lord and just let his love just pour into me. So anyway, I love y'all. Thank you for listening and watching, and thank you for taking this journey with me. Thank you for your comments and your encouragement, your prayers. I really value it, and I think it's going to be the thing that's going to carry me through a really, really sad time in my life, and bring me out on the other side of that into whatever this new era is that God is moving me into without my sister here. I love you all and I bless you. I just pray that for each of you that you feel God's presence and his love, because he loves you and he loves me, and he isn't finished working in our lives. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Love you.